Hello, all you lovely people out there, and welcome to my YouTube channel where we're talking about healing from child abuse. And my name is Liz, and I'm a survivor of child abuse and have been working on my healing for the last 20 years and have come to a place today where I feel really good about myself and my life and no longer struggle with a lot of the overwhelming emotions and results of my past. So I just wanted to I created this YouTube channel to connect with other people who have been through this and hopefully share some of my experience with you all so that it may help you on your healing journey. So with that said, today I want to talk about what was the number one thing that allowed me to heal from my childhood. And there really is not one specific thing I did. It really was all these things I had to do and learn to do and learn to be in order to heal. And it's a lot. And I think that when we're getting on a healing journey and we decide that we, have some problems that we need to work out and we want to get better, it just seems like impossible and such a big job that we don't know where to start. And so, I've been thinking about it a lot for the past year. Like, what was it? If I could just nail down one common ingredient in all of everything that I did, well, what was it specifically that helped me to heal? And after thinking about it for a while, I realized that, and this is just coming from me and my opinion and my experience, and I just want to say I'm not a therapist and I'm not a doctor and I'm not licensed to give advice to anybody. I'm just sharing my own experience with you all. With that said, the number one thing that helped me heal from child abuse and complex PTSD, as well as attachment disorders, number one thing that allowed me to heal was the process of identifying that I had needs as a child that were not met. And as an adult, I probably still have needs that are not being met. And what those needs are, and working to be able to meet those needs to the best of my ability. And that process was the single most thing that helped me to heal from child abuse and complex PTSD. We are human beings in a body, and we do have needs, especially as children. And as children, we are these vulnerable beings, and we rely on the adults in our life to ensure that our needs are met. And when our needs are not met as a child by these people, we do not fully develop into adults. We, we kind of wind up as crippled adults. It's like, for me, I felt like those needs that weren't met for me as a child left me without a limb that other people had. And I'm just using this as a metaphor, really, is like I felt like I was a crippled individual who was missing a leg, and I never knew what it was like to have two legs. I never was able to walk, and even though I've never had two legs before, I really miss that other leg, right? And that's kind of how I felt, was that I saw that other people had what I didn't, and I felt crippled. I felt like I wasn't able to function as an adult in a normal, healthy way, and that I was missing things that other people obviously had that I didn't. So, yeah, I mean, learning to accept that those needs are valid, and they were and they still are, and that as a child, my parents did not meet those needs for me. I was not able to meet those needs because I was just a child. And now that I'm an adult, how do I go about meeting those needs now? And sometimes that requires a lot of us, because it's something we have to learn to do that no one taught us. Yeah, so that was the single most thing that helped me to heal. And this process is so powerfully transformative, because what you're doing is you are building a relationship with yourself, and you are becoming your own best friend, and you are becoming the parent that you never had as a child. And this can be incredibly healing. You know, learning to show up for yourself and be the provider of the needs that you do have. So I want to give an example for myself. I really like Maslow's Hierarchy, just as a tool and a model for addressing my needs, because it breaks down all of the different types of needs that we have and puts them into categories, and allows us to kind of have an organized approach for addressing our personal needs. And one area I really had to focus a lot on was my health. And this ranged from like addressing my diet, getting exercise, incorporating exercise into my day-to-day life, getting enough sleep, getting on a supplement program to help me feel better. And the more I did this, the more I was able to show up for myself in other ways, because I felt better. So that's just like a small example of like one category of healing that I learned to focus on. And the more I did this, you know, the more I felt cared about by myself. It's like, you know, you're the child and you're the adult at the same time, and you are building a bridge between the two of you on, you know, like, and the bridge is like the needs and meeting those needs, and showing up for yourself that way and saying, you know, literally asking the question, what do you need? And that's a hard question to answer sometimes. Like, sometimes we just don't fucking know. Like, we don't know. We got to figure it out. We got to ask the question first and then look for the answers. And sometimes the answers don't come right away, and we just got to do something, you know, anything. But really, that process of inquiring and curiosity to yourself and to that your inner child, that little girl or little boy who did not get their needs met, what they really need. And saying to yourself, you know, your needs matter to me. I want to know what those are, and I want to do everything that I can to meet those needs for you, because they're needs. You need these things. And even if your needs didn't matter to anyone else, they matter to me. and I'm going to show up for you, and I'm going to do everything I can within my power to meet your needs now. And you're not going to be able to do it all right now, this minute. It's always a work in progress, showing up for yourself this way. But you can start anywhere, really. And the more that you do this, the more you are developing that muscle, and you are building new neural networks in your brain to teach yourself how to do this in other areas of your life. So it's a great way to, I think, approach the healing process, your healing journey, and how to go about getting better and feeling better. So this is a really great place to start, and in my future videos I want to discuss all the different types of needs that we have and how we can go about meeting them, and also when those needs aren't met, how they adversely affect us as adults. So yeah, I hope that's helpful to some people out there. I know it's overwhelming to, get on a healing journey or a path to wellness, and it really feels like too much a lot of the time. And where do we start, But this is a really great place to start, and it's going to, when you become your own best friend in this way and your own best parent, you really start to love and respect yourself. It's just not something that anyone else can do for you. And, going to therapy is, I think it's very necessary to go to therapy and find a therapist who can help you, but it's not the end all, and it's not the be all. And there's so much more to healing than just that. It's a lot of work, and it's a lot of work on your part, and you have to do the work, and you have to show up, and you have to show up for you. And how you show up for you is by being kind to you and loving on you and figuring out what you need, and then finding a way to fulfill that need. All right, you guys, I hope that helps. Thank you for your time. So glad you joined me on this beautiful day. Here's the river. This is my happy place. And the trees and the grass and the shade. And stay tuned for more videos. I really love hearing from you guys. So if you want to leave me a comment down below, anything really, that's my reason for showing up. I really love connecting with you, and I really love hearing from people who've watched my content. It's fulfilling in a way that nothing else fulfills me. So, or give me a like or subscribe. I hope you will subscribe and stay tuned for more videos about, meeting our needs and healing from child abuse. All right, you guys have a great day. Bye-bye.